Right, it is Monday, July 24th, and this is our CSHL Rink Building Initiative meeting. I believe I will be flying solo tonight, so unfortunately you'll have only me to deal with, no dialogue back and forth with other members of the group here. However, lots to share, lots of good stuff. It's a great time to be CSHL, and I want to share a few updates with you. First of all, photo credit to Eric Levine, taking these pictures at pickup yesterday. Just a quick update on the process, the progress of our the town of Huntersville construction project at Waymer Park on the basketball court. The basketball court is not pictured here. However, some heavy equipment has been spotted in the parking lot. Actually, here's the basketball court, which will be converted to a multi-purpose rink. So it looks like some smoothing out there. They're going to flatten this out and pour a 2-inch overlay of asphalt on top and resurface it with the tennis court material, so it's nice and flat. And in the background, let's see if I can get a zoom in here. Oh yeah, these are the style of basketball hoop poles that will go over top of our dasher boards. So we'll have plastic dasher boards going across right in front here, or right below, with fencing over top. I might have to cut out part of the fencing to allow for the basketball hoop to come through. The idea is that you be able to play basketball on this surface. And then we have submitted our hockey lines to be drawn. I think I shared that in the last video. So progress being made. I think for those asking, will the rink or will the court be ready for fall league? We have every indication that it will be. Just a quick timeline check. I believe our dasher boards will ship with the vendor sometime this week, actually. We were promised before the end of August, which means it will arrive to Huntersville, and they'll keep it in storage until it's ready to be installed. I don't anticipate this project with the asphalt taking too long. So maybe, if they start it this week, I don't see why they wouldn't finish it. And once that happens, then there's lines to be drawn. They have a vendor lined up for that, from my understanding, and then installation of the boards. So for the full month of August, we have to make sure that's taken care of. So we're moving in the right direction. The tennis court is still up and running. We were told that that would be coming down for pickleball. I think that project is still in the works. However, there's just a delay. So meanwhile, we're still holding pickups up there, I believe every Wednesday night. And then now that summer rec league is over, whenever we can on the weekends as well. Speaking of which, summer rec league, we have crowned a champion. We played our league this summer down in Ballantyne at the Morrison YMCA. And we did things a little bit differently. We expanded rosters. We had 4 teams, but we had 12 or more runners per team. And we were able to grab the celebration, the trophy presentation posted on our YouTube channel. And we plan on, we captured GoPro footage of the games, and minus a GoPro or 2 going out halfway through one of the games. I think it was the first semifinal. We have some footage that we'll be posting to our YouTube channel, hopefully before the end of this week. I would actually like to take the opportunity to share this 2.5-minute video. Let's watch as we enjoy the Fellowship of the Rink. That's the winning team name here. They were the only team to purchase and commit to jerseys this summer. The other team just wore white and dark t-shirts, but let's watch for a couple minutes here the trophy presentation. The championship game happened to be a 4-0 shutout. However, the semifinal games, which were played the same day, Tim Hickey of the Fellowship here won their first semifinal game against my team Burns, with 6.7 seconds left to go up 3-2. And then the other semifinal game, Team Forbes defeated Team Pinto in overtime. So a couple thrillers, couple CSHL classics. And here's the trophy presentation.
Yeah, there it is. So after a very hot summer league season here, I am proud to present the captain of the Fellowship of the Rink, Mike.
Oh, closer? My bad.
Congratulations. Get it nice and tight for a pick. Get a one-timer from behind. Hey, get in tight for a pick. Get a pick.
We gotta get Jason in the middle. Come on, Jason in the middle. Hey,
Hey, get up on the crossbar.
Yeah, get up here.
Yeah. Like that way we can all look up. That's right. Oh, we looking up to him on this one?
Yeah.
Oh, God. You're gonna have to sit on the bar. Yeah, we'll hold you.
We'll make sure the net doesn't fall.
Yeah, look up into the sun. Yeah. all in tight.
It's good.
Congratulations.
That was good.
Want to get a regular photo? Take one of those. P-Mark, can I interview P-Mark, please? Shut up.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow.
Shout out for the champion.
This is the first. You sure you want to do this?
I'm here with game-winning goaltender Patrick Martin. Patrick, a lot of crap talking throughout the week. What gave you the confidence that you guys are going to win today?
I just knew it. Had a feeling. I was the prettiest girl, second prettiest girl at the party so many times. These guys stuck behind me, put some balls in the net. That's when it matters. Made some key saves. It's all good. We're a team. We win.
Overtime winner in the semifinal game.
Whoa!
Actually, no, it was a winner with 6 seconds left, right? In the semifinal game there. What was the key for you guys in the semifinal?
Just sticking to the game plan. Getting pucks deep, going forecheck, and just putting shots on. We knew if we got the shots on, we get the rebounds and come back in. So.
And a shutout to close out. How did that feel? How'd that feel?
Fantastic. Haven't had one in a while, so it's good defense behind me, in front of me. So it's a team win.
Congratulations. Go celebrate with your team.
Thank you.
That is a very excited Patrick Martin. I don't know if I realized it, but he hadn't won a CSHL championship in quite some time. That might be one of the at least the first league victories in recent memories. Always going up against some other stellar goaltenders: Cale Bowman, James Hotchner, Danny McMahon. I mean, I could go on and on. Puchalski, Ryan Diaz was a goalie this summer. John Bergner. David Gonzalez, tons of great goalies. So good to see it for PMART and Captain Mike LaFond. Congratulations to those guys. Got the full roster here: AJ Benny, Tyler Brown, Brandon Brownlow, Caleb Brownlow, Steve Fontaine, Nick Harris, Tim Hickey, Nate Kiff, Mike LaFond, Eric Levine, Connor Malmstrom, Patrick Martin, Brandon Rushing, and AJ Yasev. Congratulations to the fellowship. It was cool to see a fun little league over the summer here. Without further ado, does that mean CSHL is going to rest? Are we good for a couple months, couple weeks? No, we got some key dates for you coming up here. Let me just throw this up on the screen. I've prepared, depending on your poison here, what you'll be participating in next. A couple events. So Summer Slapper is our adult ball hockey tournament. Will be taking place August 12th on that same rink down in Valentine. That's going to be a special occasion starting at 5 p.m. We've never done a tournament that will end at around nightfall. So sometime before 9 p.m. we plan on crowning the winner. It'll be under the lights. Lights will go on sometime around 7:30, 8 o'clock, 8:30 up there in Valentine. So excited about that. Registration is open now. We have about 2/3 of the spots already taken care of. So there's still time to register, but probably one more social media post and a final push, and those spots will all be taken up. Do not wait. Make sure you get in there and reserve your spot. A couple of youth leagues, one in Valentine, one in Huntersville. Registration is about a week away. What the heck? It's hard to believe. Just got some key dates down here to show you, every season we have people register after we order jerseys. I think part of the fun of youth league is the kids getting their jersey number. So make sure you're in before the deadline, sometime around August 14th, 15th, 16th, somewhere in there. We got to submit jerseys and have rosters made by the 17th. The season will run from September 9th, which is the weekend after Labor Day. Labor Day is the 1st and the 2nd and the 3rd, I believe. Actually the 4th. So Monday would be the 4th. And then we'll end the week before Thanksgiving, as is tradition for our fall league, November 18th. And we'll be playing those games for both of those leagues on Saturday. So one up in Huntersville and the other in Valentine. We have some high hopes, especially with the advertising of this new rink. We're going to probably set a record number for turnout. For whatever reason, fall league is, I think it's probably our most popular of the 3 leagues that we run through the calendar year. Fall adult ball hockey league in Huntersville. I think we can get 100 people registered. We had 88 last winter league, and that was, putting 12, 14 people on the waiting list. So we are going to have a waiting list. We're going to max out at 10 teams, and we're talking right now in our committee about what is the balance of that. Might it be 5A and 5B league teams? Are we going to do 6 and 4 or 4 and 6? There is one scenario where we just do bigger rosters and just have one big league. So we're still putting the finishing touches on that. It is looking like those games will be played on Sunday. However, with so many teams, we are considering other days of the week. Since it is the fall, we kind of run out of daylight with the weekdays. So considering Saturdays, but I think that's just a lot to ask for people to, usually people have one of the weekend days available to play some ball hockey. So if we may have to schedule some games throughout the season on Saturday, but we're trying to do whatever it takes to keep it on Sunday. So those are the key dates right there. Same thing right after Labor Day, and then right before Thanksgiving. I was going to make a comment. There's a couple weekends that we cannot schedule games. The one little preview is the bottom one in the list. We'll get to that in a second. So Fall Adult Roller Hockey League in Ballantyne. Super pumped about this. We did a trial roller league in the spring, and it went great. And now we're ready to make some upgrades. We've hired a person to be part of the advisory board for CSHL that will serve as the roller hockey director. I'll get to that in a second. Timeline for that, same thing as the others. Registration opens at the end of this week, maybe early next week. Jerseys ordered. I have Saturdays for the games here, but it's important to note that the games will be played Saturdays and Thursdays. And then just to account for the regular or the occasional rain-out day will be Tuesday evening. So Saturday mornings will take place after youth ball hockey. So that first game will start somewhere around 11 a.m., maybe noon at the latest. And then I think there's 2 Thursday evening slots, like a 6:45 and a 7:45. And then our makeup dates on Tuesday are about the same thing. And then just to get on the radar, NBHL just announced this. If you're unfamiliar, NBHL, National Ball Hockey League, they've been in existence for a couple of years now. And in addition to the yearly league that they run, they're going to run their first ever tournament in Nashville. It's going to be super fun. I think Charlotte's going to be very well represented there. And the reason I say that is because it's just going to be one big tournament where no matter what tier you play in, no matter what region you play in, you could be in the Pacific Northwest or the New Jersey, Philadelphia area, or Carolina division like we were a part of. They're going to throw everybody in, and I don't know if they're drafting or pulling names, but they're just going to make teams. I would assume they're going to probably make it even. So each team will have a certain number of tier 1 players, tier 2, tier 3, and then even women's division. But they're just going to make one big, there's no divisions, it's just going to make one big tournament. And that is Friday, November 3rd to Sunday, November 5th. They have not made announcements yet when registration will be, but that will be a super fun tournament. I think it's going to be well represented. I hope a lot of people from Charlotte will go. I am committed to that. I will be in, so that's going to be a lot of fun. So those are the key dates. Maybe just a point of emphasis for anybody who might be watching this. We need referees for any and all of these leagues, probably the least of which the youth league. We tend to have some of the league members or even volunteer coaches or even parents who volunteer to referee youth league. However, we need a lot of help with the roller league for sure. And then also our adult league up in Huntersville could probably use at least a couple referees. So just to get that on the radar. Next topic, I'll just slide this down a little bit. We have some very exciting news that will be shared on social media throughout this week. We just posted today that Bobby Arcus has been named as the Chief Operating Officer, and his official start date will be next week. He's already partaking in meetings behind the scenes about upcoming fall league, but you'll see posts about the league commissioner, secretary, our roller hockey director, and this has not been made public yet or even shared with many people, but our chief marketing officer has now been filled. Very excited about that hire. So we're about halfway there. So still to go. Social media website manager. We have somebody interested and is in the process of applying right now. CEO and CFO still available. Would love to have somebody step forward for the CFO. If you have some sort of accounting or CPA background, not required, but obviously very helpful with budgeting and submitting tax returns, etc. Our youth program coordinator, and then also parent community member. So my future is somewhat in limbo. I'm not leaving the organization. I will probably stick around in some sort of capacity, maybe even one of these positions on the screen, but still looking, still hunting, and things are starting to fall into place. We're probably ahead of schedule than where I thought we'd be. We were planning on taking all of June, July, and August to make these hires, and we're 2/3 of the way through the summer. However, we feel good about where we are and who's in line for these next roles. So that's pretty much it. As far as a rink building initiative connection, maybe important enough to note in this hockey community, I got a note from, I want to make sure I get this right, so just give me a second to dig up the email. Old time hockey group, some people are familiar with them. They play ice hockey at the Bojangles Coliseum. Doug Faulhaber, sorry if I'm butchering that name. I think he runs that league, he runs that group. I received an email today to sign a petition for a dual sheet of ice and the dual sheets of ice in the Eastland Mall. And from my understanding, right before I moved to Charlotte back in 2011, I think this had just closed. They used to have ice hockey rink, or one, just singular, one ice hockey rink at the Eastland Mall. So they're talking about not one, but 2 sheets of ice, and there's a petition going around. And I will make sure I include that in the show notes here, the recording notes, for anybody who might want to sign that. I've already reached out to them and said, hey, if there's more space, let's get some decks in there. So just stay connected in the hockey community, but important enough to share. I thought that was pretty cool. And as far as our rink is concerned, excited about Huntersville. I'm still on the hunt for partnerships and land. And, some of the Parks and Rec directors are out on vacation this summer. We've gotten a couple auto replies from people that we're still knocking on the door for. Matthews in particular. I think there's quite an opportunity at Purser Halsey Park, I think is how you say that. And if anybody has connections over there, please, we're open to that. You're welcome to bring them forward. Other than that, maybe the last noteworthy thing is that the Charlotte-based NBHL teams will conclude their season, maybe, this upcoming Sunday, July 30th. The playoff seedings are set. The #1 Raleigh Squall will face off against the #4 Charlotte Rise. Coach Mike Steckler's team got some things up his sleeve for giving them all that they're worth, a run for their money. We'll see what happens next Sunday. And the #2 Queen City Crowns will take on the #3 seeded, I guess it'd be the Raleigh Surge. So the Rise will play first at 11 a.m., followed by the Crowns at 12 noon. The loser of those games are out, and the winner of those games will go to a best-of-3 championship. So it's going to be an exciting weekend. And the winner of that division will punch their ticket to the Milet Cup national tournament, which is a tournament of all the division winners across the country. Tier 1 will all play against each other. Tier 2 all play against each other. Tier 3, and then there's a women's division. So that will conclude this weekend. Lots of ball hockey, lots of roller hockey, lots of youth hockey. Oh, one more thing. There's a tournament in Fayetteville, North Carolina on Saturday, September 2nd, which is the Saturday of Labor Day. And it's being run by the Fayetteville Marksmen, which apparently have a hockey team, an ice hockey team there. They're going to melt the ice in their Coliseum that they play in, and they're going to play 3 different youth divisions, U8, U12, and U16, sideways on the rink, on the concrete, in the morning. So from 9 to noon, all 3 of those divisions will conclude. There's 4 teams in each division. I am proud and happy and pumped and excited to report that Charlotte is submitting, or has submitted as of today, it's official, a U12 team and a U16 team. So invitations have gone out. We've gotten enough commitment to where we can make 1 team for each division, and we will be participating and traveling in our first ever youth travel tournament team. So excited about that. Keep an eye out for that. There is an adult tournament the same day, which will be played in the afternoon. So kids from 9 to noon, and then adults from 1 to 4. And I believe we're also submitting a team for that as well. So we're pumped about that. It'll be James Forbes will be helping myself out with the youth, along with Haley Gordy, Joe Petrolisi, probably Jesse Termaine, a couple others. But we're pumped. This is what we wanted to start to get into with the youth program. This is that feeder program to bigger and better and other greater things, and we're excited about it. So Saturday, September 2nd, we will be representing Charlotte at both the U12 level, the U16 level, and the U100 level. It's not really called U100, it's the adult, but we're pumped. We're excited. So tons of hockey coming up, tons of hockey already completed. And could you ask for a better July 24th? Over and out. Thanks, guys, for tuning in, and we'll see you again in a couple weeks.